Yo, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Wishyouluckk, back at it again with a very rare YouTube video. I know we don't do these too often, but I've been trying to use these new exotics. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them. They're like the Necrotic gauntlets for warlocks, and the reason why I tried to use them, I used them for a full stream. I think it was like last week, and I used them because I saw a video from Aztec Cross. Shout out to Aztec Cross. I watched the video, and in PvE, these gauntlets looked incredible. And I think I remember Aztec saying like these were some S tier gauntlets. So I was like, all right, well, I don't know if you guys used to watch my stream back in the day or watch my videos back in the day, but back in the day, I used to use Thorn almost only. Like I wouldn't even use shotgun in trials. I would literally just use my Thorn, and the reason being was because Thorn mitigates a lot of advantages that top players use, right? So if somebody's running 10 recovery, Thorn mitigates a lot of that recovery because of the tick, because of the damage over time. Thorn doesn't allow the recovery to kick in because they're constantly taking a tick of damage, and no matter what the tick is, it'll completely stop the damage output, or it'll completely stop the recovery of the character. So Thorn was huge in trials back in the day. Not to mention Thorn also stops revives, right? Sorry, I'm drinking some water. Thorn stops revives. No matter how much damage you do to somebody in trials, even if you're doing 1 damage, they can't get that res. So if you shoot them once with a Thorn, it buys you like a 3-second pocket of time where they can't res, and that meant a lot in trials. If you guys have played trials, you guys know that 1 second, 2 seconds can win a match. It can win a round for you. And you know me, I always say, however you need to win the round, win the round. If you have to pop your super to win the round, win the round, because trials isn't about KD. Trials isn't about how many kills you get. Trials is about winning the rounds. It's about getting first to 5 rounds, right? So Thorn is huge. I've gone over that. So Necrotic is supposed to be kind of like a buff to Thorn, right? Necrotic is supposed to make Thorn work better, essentially. So the Necrotics, basically what they do is they're an exotic warlock arm that poisons enemies on melee. So it kind of gives your melee a Thorn effect, and it works really well with Top Tree Dawnblade because Top Tree Dawnblade has a essentially unlimited range melee that does 130 damage already by itself. You add on to the damage of time, I think it's 5 ticks of 5, so it kind of makes your melee like a solar plexus melee, like back in the day when we had solar plexus. I think that's a big reason why that mod didn't come back this season, because you know sometimes Bungie brings back mods on the artifacts. I think solar plexus can't come back with this exotic, because if solar plexus comes back plus the Necrotic Thorn build, you're talking about a melee that's just gonna naturally do about 180 damage. Now I don't know about you guys, but if you remember my math blunder back in Destiny 1 where I was like, firebolts do 180 damage or something, it's actually gonna do 180 damage on your melee now. So and I will mention, I didn't try using Firebolt, which I think I should have. I think Firebolt would have also been very good for this, but back on the Necrotic grips. So the Necrotic grips poison enemies on melee. I think it does 5 ticks of 5 damage, so 25 overall damage. And if you kill them while they're poisoned, your poison will spread to their teammates. So this is exceptionally good for trials, because we know in trials people like to hold hands, people like to play with their team, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying playing like that is a bad thing, but I am saying that people do it a lot, right? People camp in trials. So if you manage to kill somebody with your Thorn in trials, the people next to him are gonna burn for a long time. I'm not sure how much exact damage it is, but they're gonna burn for a while. This is hilarious. My melee just wouldn't track right there. And then lastly, the Necrotic grip will return melee energy, which is also huge for Dawnblade, because Dawnblade's melee is so strong. That's why I run 9 strength on my warlock build. I run a 4 6 10 3 6 9 build, I believe, or like a 3 5 9 build right now, and it's only because of how strong Dawnblade melee is. Here's the problem I'm having with the Necrotic grip. I'm not sure if the Necrotic grip out benefits the fuck, what are the exotic boots? What are the exotic boots that I rock for Warlock? The hold on, exotic boots Warlock, what are they called? You guys are saying it in your head right now. You're like, Wish, you're so dumb, you don't even know what boots you wear. Hold on. Transversal steps. I swear I didn't look that up. I'm looking right now and it didn't pop up. But I'm not sure if the benefit of necrotic grips is frequent enough for me to closet them for transversal, or to closet transversal grips for the necrotic grips. You see, transversives gives me benefit in everything I do. It makes me faster. It reloads my weapon without me having to reload them. It makes me slide farther. 3 things that are extremely important to my playstyle. It helps me in my shoddy fights. It helps me in getting away from fights. It helps me getting into fights, right? It's overall an exotic that you're using it 100% of the time. And so I asked myself, I said, well, what would make me put the transversal steps away? Like, what? There's only one thing that I can think of that would actually make me put the boots away, and I think it's to nerf them. And I don't want to go on one of those rants where you're like, oh, nerf this, nerf that, you know, like everything nerf. No, but I would like to see things tuned when new exotics come out, so that we can have a more diverse, a more plentiful exotic choice in Destiny 2. I still think PvP players are going to lean to Stompies. I still think PvP players are going to lean to Dune Marchers. I still think PvP players are going to lean to Transversive Steps. And that's primarily because of how good they are. It has nothing to do with if the other exotics are good, but Transversives and Dune Marchers and Stompies are just what feels like too good. Like, the only thing that I would give up Stompies for on my Hunter is Bones of Yao, and those haven't come back yet. I'm hoping they come back, but they haven't come back yet. And I know a lot of people would give up Stompies for Bones because the directionality in the air is absurd for shoddy fights. Like, it makes hunters incredible. So I would like for you guys to chime in. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Me personally, I don't think I would put down my transversive steps for this exotic. I don't think I'm gonna. But you let me know if you did. I know these are S tier for PvE. They're incredible mob control, but I just don't see them as S tier for PvP. I don't see the benefit being 100% of the time like transversive steps are. So let me know what you guys think. Should we nerf transversive slightly to kind of like not sunset, but to kind of make other exotics more useful? I would like to see more exotics used because there's so many exotics in the game that we just don't use. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Peace.